as what we used to call KCC boss, or KMA as we now call it. So here we are. I'll take a short break. When we come back, Mr. Kojo Bonsu will be joining us. We'll be right back.
Born in Kumasi in 1960, Kojo Bonsu, originally Michael Kojo Mensah Bonsu, hails from a royal Ofinsu lineage. Educated in Accra, Kumasi, and Tamale, he later studied in the UK. A fluent French speaker and sports enthusiast, he managed Real Tamale United and worked with global brands like Adidas. His entrepreneurial spirit led him into politics, serving as Kumasi mayor from 2013 to 2016 under the NDC. His journey spans business, leadership, and a deep passion for service. He tells the rest of the story now.
Welcome back. This is Footprint. Brapeni, it's good to have you again.
Thank you.
It's a never-ending story, beautiful story of Kojo Bonsu.
Thank you.
And we've talked about all the things you did, you know, early education, Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, and all that. And tell me, in your growing up, did you have any, apart from the Upper Volta that you used to go, did you have any formal experience with any French country?
Yeah, Burkina Faso and Algeria.
Yeah, Algeria.
My
Algeria,
sister and the husband were there, so on holiday I go to visit them.
Oh, okay. So that
so
would
picked
give
my
you
French,
the
yeah,
French.
from
Oh,
there,
okay.
And Burkina Faso and Upper Volta.
So that's how your
I started
French
getting
thing.
into
So you still
French.
speak some French?
Very fluent French.
Wow. The one that won't get you into trouble?
No. I speak proper written French.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm happy. Tell me, so you got into football proper and Asante Kotoko and all that. At some point, you were represented Adidas in Ghana, is that correct?
Yeah.
Tell me about the whole story about Adidas.
Okay, during the Kotoko era, I had a good friend who was the son-in-law of President Ofo-Boigny, the Ivorian president. He was the owner of African Sports Football Club. He saw me with Kotoko and he was very excited about the way I do my things, how I prepared the team during the halftime, before arrangement of the equipment and everything. So he was very excited. So he said I should come and help his club. I didn't want to live in Ivory Coast, so we became friends. I was always talking to him. And I told him that in Ghana, most of the teams or the Black Stars, when we play our matches, at that time, Ivory Coast had gone ahead of us. But we used to sew our jerseys from a gentleman called Mengel Atosu. So they sewed the jerseys for us. And even when they finished a good game and the players wanted to exchange jerseys, it was an issue because they cannot exchange it. We don't have enough. So I told Simplice and he said, no, don't worry. I have a very good friend in France who I'll talk to. That was Bernard Tapie, the owner of Adidas then. He was also owner of the Olympique Marseille. That's when
Abedi was there, yeah.
So
he owned the Adidas brand.
Was also Bernard Tapie.
Oh, I see. I never knew.
Yeah, he was a majority shareholder. Mm-hmm. So this man called him, told him that, I have a prince from Ghana who likes you, a very young guy, energetic guy, so I want you to support him, to help him. So the man said, okay, he will send a ticket for me to come to Paris. Then he come and speak to his team and try to convince them about quitting Ghana. So, lo and behold, the man spoke to them, and I spoke to him and I spoke a little French with him. So he was excited. So he said, okay, they'll buy me a ticket. I should go and speak to Ghana FA and come and do a presentation to them. So we did put things together. We did a proper, those days, presentations, doing on computer, you cut and paste on paper, and that's what we do.
So at this time, who was, which year? Which year?
That was 84.
Oh,
84, 85.
Okay.
The watcher thing.
Was a GFA person?
Yeah, it was a GFA guy. The watcher thing. And Joe Latte. You see, at that time, we had a problem. So Joe Latte was the sports
This was
council.
before Zach Bintum?
Just before, after Zach Bintum.
I thought after Zach Bintum was our man, Alaji.
Alaji Jaola. No.
Oh, Jaola was
you see,
much
there were
later.
series. They had a problem. So sports council took over, which was Joe Latte.
Okay.
And when Yamiche, have you forgotten the way we went to Senegal 92? And at that time, Black Stars were not performing well. We had to go to Nigeria. We beat them there. A whole lot of it went and so I'm sure you know.
Well, I mean, I wasn't into the proper football,
okay.
so
the man spoke to the man. He bought a ticket for me. So I came to GFA, spoke to them, and we did a presentation. So I took it to Paris. They bought the ticket for me, first class ticket. I was shocked. At that time, I'd never flown first class.
And you were inside. What's the suit? Pumping. And now.
So I went there. When I got to the airport, there's a placard waiting for me. And they said, chairman says they should bring me, but chairman is gone to Monaco. At that time, Adidas head of it was in Monaco. So he's gone there, so they should bring me there because that's where the conference is going to take place. So I went, slept in a hotel. The next morning, they picked me up, took me to the airport. We flew to Nice, then they took me to Monaco. So the man saw me, a lot of people. I said, hey, I spoke in German. But I prayed. Psalm 35, I prayed. Say, because man, yeah, I didn't. So when I spoke to the man said, okay. Man, I didn't speak plenty. I showed them Ghana, a country of gold coast. This. Okay, so I said, look, make sure you sponsor the Ghana national team, give them equipment, give them that, give them that. At that time, when I was going, I had one small suitcase. When I was going, I had about 6 suitcases full of equipment, shoes, clothes, Adidas. So the man told them that they should give me the work. So they gave me a contract. When I came, I looked at the contract, gave it to my people. They signed me on to be looking after years.
In Ghana?
In Ghana and the whole West Africa.
Oh, wow.
So they gave it to me, and I was doing it for years.
Yeah.
So when I came,
so that would mean that you do the purchase the jerseys?
We don't purchase. It's free. They gave it to them free. They supported all the national teams.
Okay.
Gave it to them free, but I'll make sure that it goes to them. They use it.
All right.
So we gave them equipment. We designed shirts for them and everything. So it was through Mr. Simplice Senzu that I became the Adidas rep. So I started working.
You did it for
years.
Yeah.
For years. I was going to Cameroon. I was going to everywhere. Togo, Ivory Coast, Senegal. I was doing a lot of work for them. So I was very lucky, and I got that.
Wow. So doing this Adidas work, did you end up taking any official role now in any of the clubs?
No, there was no official role. Before, it was like I was assisting in operations of Kotoko. I didn't do any official role in any of the clubs, even though I became a director of RT.
Around the same time?
Yes, I became a director of RT because they saw that I was giving them free equipment, so they made me a director.
But you were a Tamale boy, so
that was the advantage as well.
And Alaji, you had a relationship.
Oh, Alaji Jaola was he taught me in school. He became my friend. May he rest in peace, Alaji.
And then the former vice president too. He was also connected.
Yes, in fact, I virtually lived with Aliu when I was in Tamale. At that time, he was the SCC, State Construction Corporation's manager in Tamale.
Yeah, as a civil engineer.
As a civil engineer. So I used to put up with him. When I go to Tamale, I took my boxes there. When I vacate and maybe 2 days off, I stay there. Then I come back to Kumasi.
Okay, and he was also involved somehow with
RTU, yes. He was the director of RTU. So, it was like, les amis de mes amis. you know. And it was so interesting at that time, you know, and they were good to me, I must be frank. Yeah. I was handling Cameroon, I was handling Mali, Senegal, Ivory Coast, and Guinea.
So this will now take you through the late 80s into the 90s, right?
Yes, into the
Tell
90s.
me your own recollection about Senegal 92. Were you there in Senegal?
I was virtually the team manager of the Black Stars.
Unofficially, you mean?
Officially, I became the team manager of Black Stars.
Oh, tell
Yes,
me
officially.
more, man.
I was working with Alhaji Mekano. You know, because I had just gotten the contract for Adidas to them. So in the end, I was like working in tandem with Alhaji Mekano and Otofitsa with Bukatsis, you know, before Bukatsis left. So I was working them.
Okay.
Then when Anabatla came, he
So
officially-
Bukatsis left and then Otofista took over properly. Is
No,
that
there
correct?
was a problem. You see, Bukatsis came to Ghana.
As House of Folk, right?
No, he came to Ghana for Black Stars.
Okay.
And he was a bit controversial. He created a lot of problems and he left. Then he came again.
Still for Black Stars?
He came again for Kotoko.
Oh,
And
I see.
everybody was thinking that they should give Black Stars to him again. So it became a whole, they said he was a persona non grata. So in Senegal, there was a whole lot of issues. But the players like Kwesi Appiah, what's his name? Opokunti, all the players loved Bukatsis. But then the government had made a decision and taken Otofisa to run the team. So Bukat was behind the scenes in Senegal.
Oh, okay. But
at that
officially
time,
it was
official-
Otofista.
Yeah, he was the coach.
Uh-huh.
Officially, it was Otofisa. Then after that, Mekano and I, that was when Nana Butler took over after Senegal 92. Then he officially made me the team manager of the Black Stars.
So after 92, then
Yes,
you became the team manager.
of Black Stars.
At this time, Abedi Pele had fully become the captain.
Abedi Pele was the captain before. Let's see, when Kwesi Appiah was the captain, that Senegal 92 issue came. Okay. Then we came back. I organized the game Ghana versus Germany in Bukum. That's the match that we lost 6-0.
That much, yeah.
Yeah. It was an interesting issue.
Let me not take you back to... my recollection is Kwesi Appiah was our captain, and then at the tournament, there was a switch to bring Abedi Pele as a captain. And this is not on any on any scientific knowledge. What we heard was they changed because Abedi Pele could speak French.
That was the argument. But you see, at that time, let's be honest and fair to both parties. Because I don't want to get into the fray of saying this for somebody and it for it to become another issue. I think they thought Abedi Pele was more international.
Well,
So because he had played for Marseille, he was doing so well at the Champions League, and he came to Senegal. So they wanted somebody who could bring some oomph into the team. That is why, and Otofisa loved Abedi. So that is why they switched and made him. They made Kwesi Appiah the general captain and Abedi the captain. And this became a
national
whole
disaster,
lot
man.
of issues.
Yeah.
Because they had the Kumasi boys, they have Frimpong Mansour, they have Ampia, they have they have Edward Ansah,
Safu Jemfi.
they have Safu Jemfi,
Yeah.
they have Tanya Broa, they had
Bora.
Prince Opoku,
Poli.
Poli, and the Accra boys, Ama Senegal, Akono, Afododu, a lot of players, you know. Just a solid team. So it was like Kumasi boys and Accra boys. The Kumasi boys were in favor of Kwesi Appiah, and the Accra boys were in favor of Abedi Pele.
And at that time,
So there was this friction at the camp.
we had just brought in Tony Baffo, them, so
Yeah, Tony Bafu.
The
I remember, let me
foreigners.
tell you a very interesting story. We were there and Bukasiza came and told me that we are bringing a player from Germany. The player is the best. You know, that was the psychological effect he used to do. Tell them, that boy is the best. He can play everywhere. He does everything. He's a good player. You know. So when Bukat brought this man, he took 5 laps at the Kumasi Stadium with the Ghana flag. A German boy coming to play for Ghana. He made a special bed for him. He said at Winneba, he said he had a special plate. The boy is tall, huge, so he made a special bed for him. So he created a whole lot of hula baloo about Tony Bafu.
Yeah.
So it became an issue. So that rivalry was there. And Tony Bafu was also for the Accra boys.
Yeah.
So that is where the fight started.
Oh.
Then when we lost to the Ghana 92, we came back. That is when we got a friendly with Germany. I was the one who arranged that match.
Wow. So how did you do that?
I was working for Adidas. And Adidas controlled the German Federation. So they said they wanted to play some African team. Because at that time, Cameroon had gone and shown that they want to play Ghana. So I arranged, at that time, we were paid 350,000 Deutschmarks to play Germany. So when we came back, people were angry with Fotofitsa. So they brought in Patrick Gavrela. He was a House of Folk coach. And CK Jemfi. With Patrick Gavrela, CK Jemfi handled Black Stars to Bukum. That is the game we played Germany. It was Frimpong Manso, it was this goalkeeper, this goalkeeper, Abdullahi.
Damba.
No, the tall goalkeeper is from Levin-Wise.
It's not Damba.
He died, not Damba. Damba came in later, the other one.
Okay.
Salifu something. And Amankwa, the short player, Frank Amankwa. And the one at...
Isaac Asari?
Isaac Asari too was there, but this one, he was with Okoye United.
Okay, I remember.
Very short gentleman. We had Prince Polly, so there was a problem. When we got to Germany, Abedi Pele, I had a phone call from Abedi Pele that he was not going to feature because he has a serious match coming on against Marcel. But, so we had gone for pep talk in the morning. We've spoken to the players, they've shown the strategy, they're going to play and everything. So around 12 o'clock, I got a message that Abedi Pele was coming from Marseille with a flight. Meanwhile, the team has been made...
With a private jet?
Yes. So we got there, I was told that we have to send a bus. We sent the bus, a minibus, to go and pick Abedi from the airport. So now, there was confusion. Because Abedi was not in the squad. So how are you going to bring him in? And meanwhile, we had given the captain band to Tony Yeboah. And Tony Yeboah also didn't want to agree that you've given me a captain band. Why do you take it back from me? Come and see. As we started this interview, Abedi had arrived, and no man could go and talk to Abedi. I was convincing him, but nobody wanted to do because they were scared. And Abedi thought it was a way of taking the captain back from him and going to give to Yeboah.
Yeah.
And at that time, Yeboah was in top form.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it was, and Yeboah was in Germany because I used to play
Eintracht
Frankfurt, yes. So they thought he had done well in Germany. So one match, let's give him the captain. Come and see. So when Abedi came, taking the captain's band from Yeboah was an issue. I remember we were late at the stadium to go to the stadium because the bus was ready, and Abedi was still waving and ranting that it's a way of taking the captain band from him, but he's back, he's coming to play. None of them could tell Abedi, so I had to convince him. He said no, so I had to find a way of talking to Yeboah to collect the band from him. So that is why we lost that game. We would have won the game because...
again, my own recollection, we were playing well.
Yeah.
Until we removed Frimpong Manso from the
defense.
The defense.
Let me tell you the story.
The moment we removed Frimpong Manso, all the 6 goals came through the same place.
Let me tell you, they were all scared because our players had never seen any player. Like somebody was saying that, look at Olaf Tom, look at Luther Matthews, look at, it was like...
They were playing the ball. When they see Luther Matthews, they say,
it's not a joke. So, Frimpong Manso was the one playing the game. Oh. So they decided. So during halftime, I went down and Luther, Luther Matthews, this is my house. That's his house. I took the design from Luther Matthews. That's this design.
Oh, okay.
So Luther asked me a quick one when I was just taking some equipment into now who is that number 4? Yeah. So Bayern was going to buy him. So they realized that he was very
but why did you take him off again?
No, he got a knock.
Oh man.
That knock, he couldn't do anything. They professionally knocked him down. So he couldn't do anything.
I was so
the boy is called Sami J, that defender.
Oh,
that short boy.
Sami J, yeah, Sami J.
Kweu player. Oh my God. Salifu Ansa.
Oh, that was the goalkeeper.
Yes, Salifu Ansa.
Yeah.
And Sami J. Come on. But Frimpong Mansu and Ampia.
Yeah.
They really showed the Germans that they are good. So they wanted to buy the boy. But when they checked, they saw that the man was too old, so they decided to forget it. I remember Moses Fuamani. How are you, Moses? I think he will tell you a lot about this game. We went with him.
Yeah.
And a young man, he surprised me. The top German commentator said he didn't know that we had somebody in Ghana who understood football like Moses.
Yeah.
Moses gave him the rundown and the profile of all the players.
Brother Fool.
He surprised everyone. So really?
Yeah.
So you know them? Everybody was surprised.
Yeah.
He gave the lowdown. He did the commentary.
Oh.
Everybody loved him.
The Bukum disaster was a disaster.
No, but we made money. And it was a learning curve for us because we had never played a serious international friendly. It was a learning curve.
Wow, people. So this is Kojo Bonsu talking about the Bukum disaster. And that was in 93, right?
Yes.
1993.
Yes.
When I think I was out of university. What am I talking about? Anyway, so this is Footprint. I'm Samuel Atamensa. We'll take a short break. And then when we come back, Kojo will be telling us gradually shifting towards how he now got into politics. We'll be right back.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world. Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
And orange. Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. This is Footprint, and I have Kojo Bonsu with me. And Kojo, so we would come to hear much later that Kojo Bonsu is advertising for NDC.
That's right.
I still remember that advert. Yes. I should be looking for that advert.
Yes.
Do you have a copy?
I do have
Me,
a
a friend of Kojo Bonsu, me, a Santini.
Yes.
Esumituma NDC. It was unheard of, man. So tell me, how did you, if you like, convert from an all-knowing businessman, sports enthusiast, and a manager into politics? I think that one shocked a lot of people. How did you get yourself into that?
Yes, I mean, I told you about what Rollins did for me.
Yeah.
So in a way, I wouldn't want to use the word I fell in love with him, but I liked him.
Yeah.
And to be honest, people like President Kufuor and Kufuor, they were all shocked that they thought I wasn't a politician.
No, you were not. Clearly
Yes,
not.
but they were all shocked that they saw me to follow the NDC. At that time, it was PNDC anyway, because when they were going to form the party, that was when they had just formed NDC. I was following my cousin Nanach, Konedu.
Oh, so you started this in the
PNDC, yes.
in the 92
era.
era?
Yeah, when the change was coming.
Oh, okay.
So we were part of it.
Oh,
Come
you
to
joined
Jakarta.
them?
Yeah, I joined them. We
Are you
started.
serious?
So when the party was being formed, I was there.
You mean you NDC or
Yes.
Eagle Party?
I was with NDC, and in the end, they took us to what do you call it?
So we had NCP Kweku Boateng. Eskin was People's Heritage Party, PHP.
Heritage.
Yeah, that's PHP.
Yes.
So General Eskin, yeah.
So Captain Chikada, may he also rest in peace, said we all the CPP people, we should go and join Heritage.
Oh, wow.
So we went to Heritage and I realized that Heritage and fat. So we came back to NDC.
But it was the way
it was the game.
to
whole
draw the CPP people into
it.
Yeah.
So I went.
I know Ebotewia was also involved in this whole thing.
But I was following E.T. Mensah very closely. Because it was President Rawlings,
E.T.
Mensah, yes, and Nana Ajimai Kunedu Rawlings. Because I was following them, the 31st December team. So I realized that, no, if you go into NDC, it's better. So I had, because of Rawlings, I joined MPP, NDC. I followed them everywhere.
But it wasn't a popular decision among your circle of friends.
They were shocked and they didn't like me for that. But I said, hey, I've made my decision. That's where I want to belong. Because you're going to MPP, going to follow them, they're going to ask you a whole lot of no free hand, or you say, come on, I don't believe in that.
Only three at MPP. Huh? They speak only three there, MPP?
I'm not saying that. Don't get me wrong. They say,
one baby.
So I really wanted to be, and I really liked the way NDC was. I realized that
at that time.
Yes, because Jerry Rawlings, put his foot down on a lot of things, and I think the man was very firm. So I liked him.
I'm surprised to hear this because
yes, I'm telling you.
Honest, I thought you only joined the latter stages.
No. From the beginning, we started
where you had the Michael Susudis and the Eagle people.
No, I didn't go to Eagle.
Yeah.
Then for a time.
I mean, they launched. To be honest, they launched before NDC came.
Yes, but we followed later on.
Oh yeah.
I was with E.T. Mensah. In fact, I was doing everything with E.T. Mensah.
Oh wow.
So went into NDC. When I remember when the logo was being done, Madame said it was a koof. Some said it's an eagle beak, but the koof, the beak is a koof.
What's a koof? A bird?
A bird, yes. It's called, it's called
I
koof,
see.
Yes.
I'm not so sure if you can
find out. Yeah. So
we will not low floor.
So from the onset, I followed NDC. So when I came out to advertise for President Mills, a lot of people were shocked. But how? Asantiniba, Kojo Bonsu, how? My friends started calling me. At that time, we had this big mobile phone. They call it, hey, Kojo, what is this advert for?
That was a Motorola brand.
The big one.
Yeah.
And I said, look, I've made a decision. I'm with NDC. At that time, I'd even done it already, but people didn't know.
Yeah.
But when it got to the crunch, I decided that I want everybody to know that I'm following. And come with me, I went there. And
so between 93 all the way to President Mills taking over or becoming the flag bearer.
From the Sweden Declaration and everywhere, I was there.
You were going with them?
Yeah, I was following them.
What were you doing?
Following them, campaigning, planning, working with Fritz Baffo.
Oh yeah, you worked with Fritz a lot.
Yes.
You still hear from him?
He's my friend. He's my senior brother.
He is a man.
Yeah, Fritzo, he's there. I was with him. We were doing adverts. We were working together on creating scenarios for the party, creating adverts. Do a whole lot of things.
Okay, now tell me, around this time, you also started a company called Ashted.
Yes. At that time, actually, Ashted was inexistent.
Yeah.
We were the biggest T-shirt printing company in the whole country.
And you were hiding in some corner around...
some corner in Jamestown, Palladium.
Palladium, not Jamestown, Palladium.
Yeah, Palladium, yes.
Yeah, around Amamu, near the Wesley Methodist Church.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were some corner there.
Yeah, that's where my factory was. And I was printing T-shirts for everybody.
You were the only one at the time?
Yes. T-shirts.
Printing
quality T-shirts
in
and
Ghana.
Plenty, yes. We could do 1,000 shirts in an hour. I had a printing carousel.
Oh, because I remember Ashted, Kojo Bonsu and Ashted.
Yes. We had a lot of good adverts on TV.
Oh
yes.
yeah. And you were doing you were doing adverts in
National
Daily
Television.
Graphic.
Yes,
Daily
advertising.
People's Daily. It was called
People's Daily Graphic.
People's Daily. Charlie. The People's Daily Graphic.
We were advertising.
Yes, you are true.
Business was good. So why wouldn't I advertise and make better money? Business was good.
So what?
I printed all the big companies. I remember when you went back to Abuja and came to work for Coca-Cola. I was printing your shirts. I was printing Unilever. I was printing everybody's shirts in the country. You know, I was pushing it and they said, "Well, but forgive me the business." It was with Coca-Cola, you know.
Interesting.
Yes.
I mean, look, this is a beautiful story. Because so, what happened to Ashted again?
Ashted, oh come on, got to a point. A lot of people were printing T-shirts, and it's like we're exhausted, so we had to close the business down.
Wow.
But we had we printed a lot of T-shirts in this country. Most of the quality printing. Too.
Were you into? You're doing printing proper, apart from
Printing, yes, printing. We were printing, screen printing on T-shirts.
Yeah. I remember you did something with George Pabi as well.
George Pabi was my graphic designer.
Okay.
Graphic, yes.
Yeah.
He was the best at that time.
Yeah.
Because at that time we were the only company using Mac.
Yeah.
And George was a Mac expert. He had been trained. So he was using our machines, creating, designs and everything. I hear he's in Canada.
Yeah, George lives in Canada. Yeah, that's correct.
One of the earliest,
But he comes to Ghana from time to
earliest graphic design. And the wife was also,
Yeah.
they all
Yeah.
went to Tech, did graphics at Tech.
Correct. George did book industry.
Yeah.
If you did graphic designing.
Yeah. And I used to do the VRA annual reports, and we used to a lot of things. Even the present Forestry Commission, their logo, I have copyrights to it.
Hey, give it back to them. Say, John, you'll be out.
No, the other time Sir John was in closer to them.
Yeah.
It was one Mr. Appiah. At that time, they had their office behind Ridge Church. Yes. That's where... Forestry Commission,
Their
yes.
head office.
Yeah, it was at Ridge Church.
Indiana, baby.
Yes, and I created their logo, the Forest Commission logo. You go and check, you don't even have copyrights to it. I have the patents to your logo. We've done a lot in this country.
Yeah.
We've worked a lot. We understand the system.
Yeah. No, you will. From the whole surgeon into business, into politics. And now, again, coming up to 1999, when 2000. I think the Swedru Declaration was in 2000.
Yeah, before 2000. I think 90...
No, it was actually in 2000.
2000, yes, before. That is before the elections.
Yes.
That was in June, I think.
Yeah, because it was not too far from the election. That was the controversy.
Yeah, that's when we declared Professor Mills.
What did you make of it at the time?
I didn't have anything against it.
Yeah.
The party hadn't been formed for a long time. It was Rawlings who were leading it. So if we've gotten somebody like Professor Mills and we declared him, even though people see it as totally undemocratic, but I saw nothing wrong because Professor Mills was a good man.
Yeah.
So I saw nothing wrong. So that brought in the division.
He was a good man too.
Yes, but if you look at experience, Prof was a law lecturer. He had...
he taught Guzi.
He taught Guzi. He's also a tax man.
Yeah.
So he understood the system. He's a football man. And it's because Prof was a football man, he was a house of folk man and I was a Kotoko man.
Yeah.
So because of that, I didn't see anything. Even if there was anything wrong with that, I didn't see anything wrong. Even though Guzi is my very good friend.
Oh yeah, I mean, they reformed.
Yeah, so they reformed. But I thought, hey, Prof could do the job. So why not?
So what happened to you when the reform took place? Guzi...
no, they left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is what cost us the 2000 elections.
You are sure?
Oh, yes. Because people were angry.
Sure
people thought we were not democratic. Somebody had been handpicked. That is where the trouble started.
I'm not sure that's what cost NDC.
So you think we would have lost that if MPP, if what do you call it, Guzi and his people had not left the party? Because a lot of people saw that President Rawlings is handpicking somebody, he's leaving, he wants to bring his protege and that sort of thing. But if they hadn't left,
you think
NDC
would have won?
because there were a lot of things against us.
Well,
that is my view.
Of course. Because they had some really strong guys there.
Oh yes, Guzi,
Chichi Opoku,
Peter Podugbe.
I think for Peter Podugbe, nobody mentions him.
Yeah, he's there, very quiet.
Yeah. No, we meet from time to time.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Does he still live in Laboni?
I'm not so sure.
But he used to be he's a
he
great
was
guy.
at the food festival in March. Food festival. He comes every year. But you know, he's an enthusiast for agriculture, and so
he's doing farming.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, so you had the likes of all of them switching to
Miche Bano, all those guys. You know, what people. See, they were able to create the impression that Professor Mills is being handpicked. So that is what created the problem.
Yeah, but that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But I think the impression was that it wasn't a popular choice, but it turned out to be a very popular choice. But wouldn't have enough to win an election at the time.
And at that time, Kofotu was poised to win.
Yeah.
His election. I mean, Mukwaya ni Mukwamba.
That's all.
So it was okay. It wasn't anything bad.
Good. So did you play any official role in the NDC?
When?
Official, as in within that period?
Within that period, yes. I advertised. I came out, Fritz Bafu and I, we did an advert for NDC.
The TV ad?
The TV ad.
Your friend Kojo Bonsu?
Yes. We are Santini Nana. Me to Abama NDC. So Shehona to Abama NDC.
Charlie.
It wasn't against anybody.
Oh yeah, of course. Nobody got offended.
A lot of people got offended. As something like NDC is a taboo or something bad to do.
Well, look, truth is, at that time, it wasn't the popular thing to do.
Why?
No,
so I don't have to wait for the norm.
I'm not saying that it wasn't the right thing to do.
It wasn't the popular thing.
It wasn't the popular thing.
But I don't like popular things. The things that are not good would tend to be good. That is why I went there.
It turned out to be a novel thing you did.
That's right. Because,
it was a contrarian exposure.
So that is why, life, that's life. At times you make a decision, you go for it.
Did you lose friends?
Oh, a lot of friends, yes. Some of them were not talking to me. They saw me differently.
They thought you were a traitor.
Meanwhile, I never went to MPP. I'd never joined MPP. So why would you call me a traitor? I'd never. I was just an NDC boy. I loved NDC from the onset. Mm-hmm. So why would you call me a traitor? Because I'm an Ashanti.
Okay.
Ashanti Hinenana.
It's
a crime. It isn't.
Is it a case that you, because of your relationship with Nana Kunedu at the time, you had...
It's not that, yes. She's my cousin. She led me into becoming a member of NDC. But I also liked the party. I liked all that we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't because of...
Were you getting business?
Oh, yes, I was doing business. Not getting... I was doing business and I was winning.
They were giving you business?
Nobody was giving me. I was doing business, not that you're giving business. I was doing business.
Which one? Because apart from the Ashted, which ones were you doing?
Ashted, I was doing T-shirts. I was doing a lot of annual reports, VRA annual report. I was doing textbooks. I was printing textbooks from Malaysia.
From where?
Malaysia, textbooks.
And who was buying?
Government was buying. I was printing for them.
So your NDC connection at the time?
No, that one we used to go for tender. You tender, you win.
Who was the boss at the time at Ghana Education Service?
It was a unit, non-formal education unit.
Oh, non-formal was what you were dealing with?
Yeah, I was doing textbooks. I won a lot of contracts there because I understood the system. I knew what kind of textbooks and which country to print from. It was cheaper, so I was making my money.
And you didn't get any favors because you were, if you like, close to Nana Kunedu Ajman Rawlings at the time?
That is another thing to talk about. But I was doing...
Not that you didn't deserve it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, but I did my business. That's all.
You enjoyed?
Why not?
People, this is Kojo Bonsu, the NDC, the Asante NDC man. And tell me, at that time, of course, in your adult life, you didn't live in Kumasi for too long. But what was it like going back to Kumasi as the NDC Kojo Bonsu?
92, 93, you go and wear T-shirt there, you'll be beaten.
That's what I meant by it wasn't a popular thing to do.
So when I go, somebody will look at you and say, excuse my language, I'm sorry to state as viewers. That's what they were saying to me. But you see, I wasn't perturbed. I mean, I wasn't worried about it at all. I wasn't worried. Because I knew that I was for it, and I was going for it. Now, I said, because
you had the likes of Mr. Bukum and all these people. They are scientists, right?
They are scientists, but they see me as a different person.
No, Mr. Bukum, NDC.
Yes.
Yeah, he was there, right?
Yes, but they were not insulting him. But maybe he was getting his insult from the other side. But I got the insult, especially
they were big
especially
guys.
you know,
you were young.
Yeah,
you were young.
Especially when you go to Bensia or you go to the market, Santini, DNDC. But I was very proud because I was wearing my T-shirt. There was a day I had to run because they were going to beat me.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, now you're critical.
Very critical. You know.
Hey, and then
and people didn't like it.
Kojo Bonsu part 2 and 3.
It was there. Did you hear that movie? Kojo Bonsu part 2 and 3.
But Nana Konadu is an Asante woman.
Yes.
Well,
she has gotten her insults.
They insulted her as an Asante.
Time. Yeah, but she was married to the man. So
yeah, but she spearheaded the whole, if you like, women revolution in Ghana.
Yes.
No two ways about that.
Yes. And she did a lot for women.
Yeah, I know.
The creation of awareness of women doing this, women doing that. You know, so let's give credit to her.
Yeah.
Nana,
yeah.
Thank
you. Nana, you too.
She's done well.
Okay, people.
And I believe that she should be honored.
Yeah.
She should be honored for doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know.
She used to do Gary women
All the Gary factories in the villages. I mean, the 31st December thing was working. All the nursery schools.
Up to a point, actually. It worked up to a point.
It's because she wasn't fully encouraged after a point. Because her husband was not the leader anymore. So she should have been encouraged. She's an entrepreneur.
Well, people shared the post. They shared it.
That's kind of for you. But I think I would say kudos to her. She's done so well, Nana.
Great.
I love you.
Thank you. So this is Kojo Bonsu on Footprint. We'll take a short break. Now, when we come back, we'll be getting into the final stretch. He later on became the mayor of Kumasi. In Kumasi, as we used to say when we were children, and I lived in Kumasi, so I can say this, Kumasi post me and Sapene. There were Otunfo, and there were KCC chairman,
KMA boss,
which is KMA boss, and then there was a third one, Culture Center boss.
Chematin, yes.
Chematin's father. These were the three posts. Regional Minister won't come home. We'll be right back.
Do you want a healthy smile?
Persistent bad breath could indicate gum disease. I'm Tanya from Bethel Dental Clinic, Ghana. Did you know that gum disease is a common cause of bad breath or halitosis? But there is hope. As dental hygienists, one of the main things we do when you come for your periodic visits is to examine your gum health by completing a periodontal assessment. Gingivitis, the early stage of gum disease, is common and characterized by swollen, bleeding gums and halitosis. The good news is that gingivitis can be reversed back to healthy gum tissue. Regardless of which stage is present, a professional cleaning or deeper cleanings are needed as a first step to treating halitosis or bad breath. So, schedule your appointment with your hygienist now to learn more about maintaining healthy gums and getting rid of bad breath.
Healthy smile.
Welcome back. This is Footprint. We have Kojo Bonsu in the house. And, I was saying that in Kumasi at the time, there were only 3 positions. The one is the Ogboro, the Capo himself, the Otumfo. The second one is KMA boss. And the third one is culture center boss. They have to align, you know. Eventually, Kojo Bonsu would become the KMA boss. Kojo, how did that happen?
Before I start, I will say thank you to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. When he took office, he decided to take me to Kumasi. Let me tell you the whole story. He had given me a letter that I was going to become the High Commissioner for UK.
Oh, you had the letter?
I had the letter.
Wow.
Then, 2 days later, I got a phone call that I should come, that he thinks I'll do better in Kumasi. So you need somebody like me to go to Kumasi. But I hadn't run anything before, so how would you know I'll be better for Kumasi? So first, in the beginning, I told him, Your Excellency, I beg you, Kumasi, there's trouble. No, so I'll go and consult and revert. I went round, some of the Kumasi big men told me, oh, it's okay, come and do it. We need somebody like you, or something. I consulted Otumfo. Otumfo said, fine, you could do it, so come. So the way they were talking, I had to accept it. So I came back to His Excellency and I took the position. But I would like to seize this opportunity and thank him for the great work he did for me, because it was a learning curve. To become a mayor of Kumasi, you need the brains, you need the leadership skills, you have to be an entrepreneur. As a leader, you need to be able to think very fast for Kumasi. Otherwise, you're in trouble. So I would say that as a learning curve, it was a good thing for me.
Which year did you take over?
2013.
2013.
Yes.
And how was it like?
It was, I keep saying it was a learning curve. A lot of new things, a lot of sharp and quick decisions that would favor the people. I got into a lot of trouble with the market women, but in the end they realized that I'd done the greatest thing for them. Some of them came naked, they cursed me, with crates of eggs. In the morning when I get up, go to my gate, I see 10 crates of eggs with snaps for cursing me, a whole lot of things. But let me tell you what people didn't know.
Wrong?
For wrong, because I was changing Kumasi.
Changing how?
Yes, bringing new things to Kumasi.
But you were working.
Yes, but he thought it was a different
But I had visited you a couple of times.
That's right.
And we had driven into the market in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Where you were actually overseeing the sweeping.
Yeah.
I mean, they are sweeping, you won't go and sleep, Mayor?
Because you see, there's a style. You have to make them do it and do it well. So that is why I was going
So
there.
that thing I saw you do, you were doing it regularly?
Regularly. Every time I go, because around 2 a.m., I would just go and see them. Because you know what? It was something that I was given. I used to give them coffee to work. Nestle provided free coffee for them. So I go around and see so that they would do the work
very well. And they used to look forward to the coffee.
Oh, yes. It was interesting. You have to think sharp. You have to be ready for the people. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
So what were some of the reforms that you introduced?
Plenty. One, when I went there, I saw that people would go to work, come and sign in. So by 11 o'clock, everybody is gone to his business, doing business in town or doing something. And the whole place was empty. So I started saying that, no, we're going to use biometrics in recording. So when you come to work, you have to go and clock with your thumbprint, and your iris would show. So if you leave there and you don't do it, in the end, you have to come in and clock out. So I created a discipline from home. So my office, there was discipline. Nobody was going into the market in the afternoon when they come and clock in. Nobody was doing his own business, because somebody would do this and they are selling somewhere, they have a shop in town. I cut all those things. So I brought, charity begins at home. So I brought discipline to KMA.
Wow.
You don't find people going out all times, and the work is being done. I visited offices, joke with them, play with them, but getting the work done.
Good.
That's internal.
So how about sanitation in Kumasi at the time?
Yes. So I drove around and realized that Kumasi, by 3 a.m., people from all walks of life would come into the CBD. Now, when the cleaners get there for 5 a.m., they can't sweep. They cannot clean. So what was happening was that when you come and the woman has brought her tomatoes or garden eggs or banchi, cassava selling, the sweepers get there, no, they tip them. Then you won't sweep. So the filth compounded, because if the woman came here this morning and been there for the whole week, the filth that is under this table was going to be there because they were not sweeping. So I realized that that was where the problem is. They give the people money, they said all the gutters were choked and everything. So I decided that, look, I'm going to form a team. Their work is that by 8 o'clock the market is closed and it's finished. So their work is that early hours of the morning when they come, they cannot do the work. So they start at 8 o'clock. By 2 a.m., it's well clean. Ghana Water Fire Service will come and blow
the gutters
drains, for us. So the drains were moving. Those people who mess around, the fields, everything was clean.
Did you beat them?
I had my way of beating, but not physically beating them.
No, but did you beat them?
I didn't.
Hey, you. Also,
no, he has a point. He has a point.
No, he doesn't
he has a point.
He doesn't have a point.
You think the Kumasi job is just that's easy? He has a point.
But you didn't threaten anybody.
No, but his way of.
As for this one, I would disagree. He can't have a point by threatening to beat people.
No. His mouth be gone. If you say he go shoot, has he shot?
I'm saying that.
No, I'm asking you a question.
No, I'm just saying that threatening to beat people is not a good example. It doesn't represent the image of the president.
I think it was.
That's why you didn't do it.
Okay, but I think that maybe he was trying to put some fear. The work in Kumasi is so difficult. So you have to find a way. So what I did was we started cleaning at 8 o'clock. By 2 a.m., the whole city is clean. The CBD is clean. Yeah. And I had all my skips around. By 4:30, the trucks are going around picking all the fields, the skips, and taking them. So when you come to the market, the place is clean. That was my model.
So at least within the CBD, you were able to achieve.
I achieved it.
Now tell me about Ratri Park.
Oh, come on.
What's the story?
Ratri Park was so interesting. When I went there, it's all innovation and leadership. You know, when I went to Kumasi, I realized that there were a lot of bad things happening opposite Golden Tulip, that is now Lancaster.
Yeah.
That place was a beautiful place. When we were kids, that place was a driving school area. People used to go and learn how to drive.
Near the golf park?
Opposite the Tulip.
Yeah.
So I realized that the place was not being used for anything. I said to myself, what if I create a park? A park for leisure. A park that if you are bored, or if your wife left you, or you are morose, you are something, you could go there and you go and surf internet free and relax. By the time you'll be able to recuperate.
You get another wife.
Oh, no. So I saw that the place was not being used very well. In the beginning, I had a lot of problems. Thanks to Mr. Eric Opoku. He understood my vision.
Who is he again?
Eric Opoku is the Minister of Agric now. He was my boss. He was the regional minister.
Yeah.
Then, when I started, people didn't want it. Who's he coming to do? Obesisi Hotel, Obe2 Gold, Obese. But I had a vision, I had a plan. Because kids in Kumasi didn't have anywhere to go. They didn't have anything. So I created all the things there. Now the fountains are not working. Anyway, NDC is back, we will restore it. You know, it was a plan. But it was so difficult. And I had to rush to do it because I realized that kids in Kumasi had a problem.
Okay.
So that was the main reason, just to support young people. the kids to be able to go play, parents to be able to take their kids to a place.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kojo Bonsu. But tell me, quick, what's next for you?
Next for me, I'm just waiting to see what will happen to me in my life. At least I've gotten to my age where I'm supposed to go for pension.
How old are you?
I'll be 65 this year.
Oh, okay. You're a public service pensioner, 60. Oh.
So, and then some pension. So I'm a pensioner. So I'm just.
Oh, but you're so energetic. You're so energetic.
So that is all next for me.
You are still involved in NDC?
What a question to ask.
You need an answer.
I'm an NDC man.
No. I'm saying that you are still functionally involved.
Functionally involved, an NDC
So
man.
what do you do?
I go help. I go to the party office. If there's a problem, we do. It's a party I love.
You are on any committee?
At the moment, no.
Okay. But you're in government now?
I'm not in government.
Okay. But you are part of...
Yes. During the election, I played a serious role. Now, Ashanti winning the election was Kojo Bonsu.
Oh.
I'm telling you, find out. It was me. My strategy, my plan is what brought the NDC.
The votes from Ashanti.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Kojo Bonsu.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a wonderful time spending time with my senior brother, Mayor Kojo Bonsu. Listen, do something good with your life so that one day it will be worth telling your own story. This has been Footprint. I am Samuel Atamensa. Catch you another time.
Welcome. It's Play to 8.
Get ready for the game show where every play has a purpose. Welcome to Play to 8, the only game show where your knowledge and skill